Welcome back, English learners. Today, we're diving into practical language for those moments when you find yourself running behind schedule. Erica, what are some of the most common ways English speakers explain why they're late?
Great question, Marco. Phrases like, I got tied up, there was a traffic jam, or my meeting ran over are all classic ways people justify being late. Each has its own nuance, and they're used in slightly different contexts depending on the situation.
Let's unpack got tied up first. It's a vivid phrase, almost like being physically restrained. How do native speakers typically use this expression?
Exactly, Marco. When someone says, I got tied up, it means they became unexpectedly busy with something unavoidable, like a work call or urgent task. For example, sorry, I got tied up at the office paints a picture of being unable to leave because of pressing obligations.
That makes sense. And what about traffic jam? It's an excuse many can relate to, especially in big cities.
Definitely. A traffic jam refers to a situation where vehicles are packed so tightly that movement is extremely slow or halted. According to the INRIX Global Traffic Scorecard, drivers in Los Angeles lose an average of 62 hours per year in traffic jams. So this excuse is both relatable and realistic.
Building on that, let's explore the vocabulary around traffic delays. We often hear about pileups and traffic being backed up for miles. What do these terms actually mean?
A pileup is a multi-car accident, often involving 3 or more vehicles. These accidents create severe blockages, and the resulting congestion is described as traffic being backed up for miles. It means the line of stopped or slow-moving cars stretches over a long distance.
So, if someone says there was a huge pileup and traffic was backed up for miles, they're emphasizing both the cause and the extent of the delay. Are there any other phrases that capture a similar meaning?
Yes, you might also hear, I was stuck in traffic, which simply means your car couldn't move because of congestion. People might add specifics, like, I was stuck in traffic for over an hour, to highlight the severity. All these phrases allow for clear, natural explanations for being late.
Moving forward, another common phrase is running late. Erica, does this mean someone is actually running, or is it more figurative?
It's definitely figurative. When you say you're running late, you're acknowledging you won't arrive at the planned time. It's a polite way to give someone a heads up, often over text or a quick call. For example, I'm running a bit late. Please start without me.
That's super useful, and it sounds quite natural. Are there variations or related phrases learners should know?
Absolutely. You might hear, my meeting ran over, meaning a scheduled event lasted longer than expected. Or, I'll be there in a sec, which is an informal way to say you'll arrive very soon, even if you mean a minute or two. These expressions help soften the impact of being late.
Thanks, Erica. Before we move on, could you give a scenario where all these phrases would be naturally used in one conversation?
Sure, imagine you're stuck in traffic after a pileup and your meeting runs over. You might text, sorry, I got tied up in a meeting that ran over and now I'm stuck in traffic. I'm running late, but I'll be there in a sec. It's a string of idioms that clearly explains your situation.
Transitioning from language to culture, let's talk about how different countries view punctuality. Is the expectation to be on time the same everywhere, Erica?
Not at all, Marco. In countries like Germany or Japan, punctuality is highly valued. Being even a minute late can be seen as disrespectful. Meanwhile, in parts of Latin America, the concept of Latino time means events often begin later than scheduled.
That's fascinating. In North America, arriving right on time is important for work, but social events might be more flexible. How does this compare to, say, Canada or Germany?
In Canada, it's common to arrive a few minutes late to social events as a courtesy, but for business, you're expected to be ready at the exact time. In Germany, both social and work events start sharply at the agreed hour at 6. Zero dinner means guests are expected at 6. 0, not 6, 5.
So, understanding local customs is as important as knowing the right phrases. For learners, what's your advice on navigating cultural differences around time?
Do some research before traveling or working abroad. If in doubt, aim for punctuality, especially in professional settings. And don't hesitate to ask locals about their expectations. It's a sign of respect and helps avoid misunderstandings.